Hey guys, how you doing? This is Guan Yu 007, also known as Mr. Misogyny, because women's knees need to be massaged. How are you guys doing today? Anyway, so I don't know how this came up into my feed, but I recently seen it on two parts. I believe one was from Turd Flinging Monkey, and now this is in my feed. I don't know why. I'm guessing because I watched the first one. But it's a young woman by the name of Kisara Vera. Kisara Vera. I'm probably saying that wrong. Kisara, is that right? Probably Kisara Vera. All right. So Kisara Vera is, I guess, trying to lump both MGTOW and feminists together, and I thought, you know what, maybe it'll be interesting, because I heard the version of Turd Flinging Monkey, and now I just, let's go ahead and see if, her, and I'm gonna put it on full screen, let's go ahead and see what her version of MGTOW versus feminist is, and I just want to hear her opinion, and I'm gonna stop it and probably, if something sounds off or wrong, I'll interject with my opinion. Alright, let's do this.
MGTOW is basically the male version of feminism minus all of the political power. So I've
No. I'd say that's kind of wrong. The male version of feminism minus the political power. Well, last time I checked, MGTOW isn't trying to shut down men-centric institutions such as Voice for Men, Boy Scouts, certain male careers. They're not trying to, more so, MGTOW is not trying to inject men into women-only fields or women-majority fields either. So I don't think, unless something came out with MGTOW is now a group, because MGTOW stands for men going their own way, which means they're not trying to care about that. They're actually leaving society. But with a person who has a fucking degree in gender studies, let's see what she has to say.
come up with some bullet points that modern day feminists believe, and I'm talking about what they really believe instead of like the definition, which clearly needs to be changed. When you say one thing and you're doing another, it doesn't add up. Actions speak louder than words. If you're going around saying no to all men, I mean, do you really want equality?
No, they don't want equality, because we know that they want superiority. See, we see that feminism is female supremacy, and the problem with this is there is no bad, how can I say this? There is no repercussions for their actions. That's the difference. There is no repercussion for their actions, unlike with men. So they don't want equality, they want superiority. Because if they wanted equality, then we would see a lot more women in other fields as the same as men. We would see more women garbage truck drivers, garbage collectors, truck drivers. We would see more sewage workers. We would see people doing plumbing. We would see glass replacement. We would see painting. We would see, a lot of these jobs that women don't want to get because they are women. Not because they can't do the job. Not because of any other reason. It's just they are women. What we do see is a lot of women going for top positions or law enforcement or other areas and avenues. And you know what? I respect that. If you think that you can do that, that's fine. And if you know that you can do that, that's fine. But you're kind of skewing this. So I see what you're doing. And it shouldn't work. But no, know what? Let's just keep going.
Are you sure? We all know that feminism doesn't mean equality anymore. The definition has very clearly changed, and here is what I think the core beliefs are in feminism, modern day feminism today. 1. Men are the ones with privilege. So the first core belief that feminists usually believe is that men have more privilege in society. They get better jobs, they are looked at as actual human beings, people will respect.
I take that back. I guess you do understand that is the whole thing is lopsided. Well, I'm not taking back what I said, but you do understand that it's lopsided. So let's go ahead and keep going with this.
If you're a man, those are the kinds of things that feminists believe, and they believe that women don't get these things.
Yes, because men have a privilege because they have the right to die for their vote. They have a privilege to go out and sacrifice their life for their country. They have a privilege to dig ditches. They have a privilege to fail. They have a privilege to go through life being called whatever because they don't want to have a family or enact a family or have kids. They have a privilege to literally be shit. And women want that privilege, so let's go ahead and give it to them.
The second core belief that all feminists believe is that society caters to the needs of men because of the patriarchy.
When? No, really, when does society cater to men? I don't see society ever catering to men. Now, hold on for a minute. That's my screenshot right there. When does society cater to men? Society looks like it's catering to women more, and I think I said this before. It's like the test group that they did with Black Americans, where they literally split up the household and they were catering to women while forcing men to go out and, well, do whatever they had to do to survive. It seems that this test case was so successful that they're literally expanding it to the rest of America. Or, excuse me, the Western world. Let's just say the rest of the Western world, because MGTOW is international now. Oh, the herbivore man were there before MGTOW per se, but the idea is international. So, but no, there is no catering to men in society. You do what you earn, or you get what you earn in society as a man. Women are just now feeling that sting of getting what you earn. So, no, that's not how that works. But continue.
AKA man-spreading, mansplaining, all of those kind of bullshit rhetoric-y ideas. The third core belief that many feminists have is that...
Wait a minute, you can't even fucking cuss on your... Oh, never mind. Let's go.
Men hold all the power in relationships and dealings with money.
I mean, I'm just going off of her bullet points of feminist core beliefs, which some of these beliefs I don't believe a lot of feminists believe. Say that 6 times fast. Money? A lot of people would say since the man is earning the money, he should have a right to keep the money. But that's not how a family unit is run. That's definitely not how a family unit is supposed to run at all. If, say, somebody is the breadwinner in the family, that person is divvying out the bread to the rest of the family. And even if you look at, like, in history, where the mother, the father, and then the children, one of the two, because it has never always just been the man is working all the time. Women were allowed to work. It's just the Western recording of a lot of women were still living in their type of situations. China, women were allowed to work. Japan, women were working, and it was frowned upon, but they were still working. And in parts of Africa, they were doing the same thing too. And actually, I think Spain had a lot of women working too. But I digress. As the family part, no, that's actually, it's not men. I know this is a bullet point and you're saying this is what they believe, but it's supposed to be a family dichotomy. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the family dichotomy. And the family dichotomy is basically man, woman, children, and whoever is the breadwinner is the person who divvies out the rest of it. But let's go.
So if you switch the word men in these statements to women, you then have the core beliefs of MGTOW.
Huh? Okay. I don't know how you came up with that, but let's see what you have to say.
Women are the ones with privilege, i.e. everybody holds the door open for you.
Okay. Well, considering that if we were on a cruise ship and it is sinking, the natural call and order is women and children first. So women and children have a privilege to live and survive so that the next generation goes on. Men don't have that privilege. We are to go down with the ship if all of us can't get on the boat. The women and children are saved first. It's a moral standard that we naturally have. And the moral standard is to keep our side or our country or state populated, because 100 men with dicks and one woman, you're not going to populate the world. But 100 women with vaginas and one man, he can have multiple babies with multiple women, which keeps that area populated, which means there will be more people in the future. So there is a privilege there, and you can't dispute that. Yes, men still do hold the door for women. But if you're a feminist, you shouldn't want the door held for you. You should be all for equality. But we know that's not true, because biologically men are hardwired to protect their women. That's just how that is.
If you get assaulted in public, everybody's going to be coming to your aid. Society caters to the needs of women.
Society does cater to the needs of women, though. They do. In large, society does, because society will go after a man for his resources to make sure that the woman is fine. Now, I know Turfling and Monkey probably said something along the lines of, well, something deep and philosophical, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it on the level in layman's. When a man goes up for child support against a woman, it won't work most of the time. We're talking probably 5% of the time. And this woman really has to be a shit woman for child support to be given, or they would just cut it completely and tell the man, well, you're on your own and you're going to have to do something about your child. On the flip side, when women go up for child support, they will get it 95% of the time. Again, the woman has to appear to be a very shit woman. Again, you can look any of this up on Google. Alimony. Men pay lifetime alimony for their divorced women. Some just pay lifetime alimony, and it's just completely, it's utterly ridiculous. You're paying lifetime alimony for a person who can get up and go work for themselves. Again, feminism loves to spout equality, but they don't like to actually put it in action unless it benefits them. So with these two examples, it's weird how people can start saying that, well, MGTOW is wrong. But then again, like she said beforehand, there's no government backing for MGTOW. There is for feminists. So who you think is influencing the bills and the laws that do come out? It's not MGTOW, because they're leaving. Food for thought. Oh, and if anybody was going to say, well, there is such thing as men collecting alimony from women who do work in careers, and all I have to say is, well, That's a step towards equality, but those men are looked at as horrible men because they have women who pay lifetime alimony. When a woman does it, it's perfectly fine. Again, society is catering towards women. And let's go ahead and see the rest of her, what she has to say.
I.e., they get parental rights, they, get free birth control in many cases. And the third thing that they believe is that women hold all the power in relationships and dealings with money.
Before we go into this one, the free birth control one is kind of stupid. Why should women get free birth control when men can't get free condoms? Now, if you're living in an area that does give out, I guess, free condoms or whatnot, that's fine, I guess. And then I guess women should get free birth control. But like I said, no one's handing out Trojans by the truckloads for free. And I think I remember there used to be a Planned Parenthood somewhere around here, and they used to give out free condoms. And goddamn, those condoms are so shit that you would go out and go buy condoms. So it doesn't really matter. But again, I don't think birth control should be free. I think that it should be covered in your insurance, yes. But I don't think it should be free.
I.e., if you get a divorce, a woman gets half. If she's granted full legal rights over her children, you gotta pay her alimony. I found these similarities really funny, and especially...
I don't think this is actually a similarity, considering that that's true, though. I mean... And, yeah, she gets at least half. She doesn't just get half. She gets at least half, plus, and more likely, the kids, and lifetime alimony, which is a person, usually a man, working for the rest of his life to provide for said kid and said adult. Sorry, I almost called the woman a kid. Said adult. And I don't think that's right, and I don't think anybody should really look at that and see that that's right. But I find it funny that this is only coming up simply because MGTOW exists. This has been going on for years, and no one has said zero about this.
Especially in the way that these two groups conduct themselves online and in real life. With the crazy man-hating feminists, you'll see them have complete opposition to anything that's deemed too masculine or too directed at just men. But on the same side, when you have MGTOW, they get equally upset when something's too feminine or too girly or too geared towards women. I found this really...
And I'm going to stop this right here, because I've yet to see something from MGTOW saying that something is too girly. That is... I need you to make a citation of that, because I've never seen that. Give me some screen caps or something, because I've never heard of something like that ever. Ever. Hell, the MRAs or MRM, I've never heard them say something is too girly and that they literally shun it. Toxic femininity is, I don't think that's a word that's coined, but somehow toxic masculinity is allowed. It's kind of weird that that's being said, and I don't think anybody in their right mind agrees with the whole MGTOW is anti-woman. It's not anti-woman. It's men going their own way. No, nowhere in MGTOW is that they ever said, or have I ever heard that they say, oh, well, it's anti-woman and we hate cute women and we hate beauty standards or anything else. No, that's actually on the feminist side. See, they hate beauty standards because it hurts and shames them. Not every woman wants to be a model. They hate cute women because it's body shaming them or some other weird fucked up thing that feminists usually say. So no, MGTOW and feminists are not part of the same coin. In fact, I don't know what coin you're looking at, lady, but these are completely different currencies. Like you said before, financial institutions back feminist and feminism. What backs MGTOW aside from men getting together and doing what they want? Not getting married, not caring about any of the situations that would hurt them or what they feel is a hurt or a bad deal in the future. The system is failing men. It is failing men by droves. What I also find funny is this is a problem. You know it's a problem. And you're doing nothing about it. Yes, you're talking about it now. But like I said, you weren't talking about it beforehand. You weren't talking about it when your mother took advantage of these things. You weren't talking about it when you went to work, or you weren't talking about it until MGTOW was a big enough thing for you to start looking and seeing that MGTOW is a thing. Well, Miss Kisara, I hate to say this, but you need to go back, do some more research. To say MGTOW and feminism is the same thing is gross generalization. A very gross generalization. And you are part of the skeptic community, if I'm not mistaken. I think you did a video for some black guy. And that's his actual name, some black guy. So again, you're kind of proving that the skeptic community really isn't like there. Oh, here it is, right there. Here it is. Response to anti-MGTOW video. This is the one I watched. And I decided to watch this one, and then I decided to just do a video on it. And look at this like to dislike button. You got a lot of people who are disagreeing with you. And the funny part is, this came out November 8th, and we're already in the new year. So I don't know. I think you might want to do some research before you start calling everybody a bunch of fucking women hating fucking slags. Anyway, this is Guan Yu 007 signing off. Have a good day, guys. Have a good day.